So, dear students, today we are going to study the Alexandra Kollontai's Red Love. She had written a very good, a very renowned novel. That name of the novel was Red Love. In this novel, she had contributed a lot of her philosophy. So, with the help of this novel, we can understand that how far she was revolutionary and how she was a kind of feminist Marxist kind of thinker. And as I had already mentioned you in earlier lectures that she had ideological fight with the Lenin, and she had not accepted the philosophy and many, and she had many what do you call the fight with the ideological term with the Lenin. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss few important questions. In those important questions are what is red love, and what are those philosophy of red love according to the Alexandra Kollontai. So, before moving to the red love philosophy, we need to understand what is the red love. According to the Alexandra Kollontai, it is about the love, affection, sexuality. She had mentioned about that means the role and the determination for particular object. So she had mentioned that love towards society, love towards people means in that sense she had mentioned about those things. As a Marxist revolutionary, Alexandra Kollontai, she had mentioned that Bolshevik revolution which had taken place in the 1970s, during that period of time, that was the struggle for the economic, social and sexual emancipation of women in the Europe and the Russia. As we are aware about the fact that in 1905, that how in Russia there was revolt had been taken place against the Tsar, the dictatorship. During that period of time, she was also active and she was a kind of woman fighter. So with the help of this red love, she has tried to draw an image towards a kind of struggle by the woman, not only for the economic liberty from the family, from the society, but also for the sexual emancipation, means from the patriarchal structure of the society. So in with the help of red love, she mentioned that how the women struggle was there for their choice, means how they can choose their husband, how they can go for the love. So this kind of thing mentioned she had in her novel Red Love. According to her, that Red Love has played a very important type or important contribution was there during the revolutionary struggle. Means she had said that till the time you will not remove the issues of women, especially related to the discrimination, especially related to the inequality by the society, by the economy, till that time you will not get a proper participation from the women. So one hand, she worked as a kind of revolutionary, means she wanted to change the structure of the society. On the other hand, she had idea to change the whole political, economic, and the social structure. And along with that, she was trying to give some philosophy that how the science of ideas and how to overcome from the particular kind of problem. Students, with the help of this image, we can understand that how the Kollantai's red love can we can understand her red love kind of thing. Actually, she was very much committed toward the class struggle. Means, as we are aware about the fact, during the 19th century, the beginning of the 19th century, there was capitalism was going on. The everywhere there was colonialism was going on, and due to that, we had seen how there was class struggle was there. The rich versus poor, the proletariat versus the bourgeoisie. So there was a kind of class struggle was going on, and she had felt those kind of struggle in the Russia, how the Tsar, the dictatorship regime was there, and how brutally the Tsar has means had taken the work from the laborers, and he had not distributed the equal participation, equal money to the labor according to their devote or according to the profit, as it has we had done in the theory of surplus value in the Marx philosophy. So we had seen that how she was very much committed towards the class struggle. And along with this, it means she has said that the class struggle doesn't means only to end the capitalism, to end the inequality, economic inequality, but also to emancipate the woman required. Means the requirement of the woman means we need to provide the equal wages to the women in terms of the male person. Means during that period of time there was unequal payment was there also to the women. So indirectly she had also pointed out those kind of problem or those kind of issues during those days. And unequal participation in the workforce was also being there. It also means her this red love philosophy also include a kind of transformation in the personal relations. Means there was equal demand was there by the wife towards husband. Means if husband can choose a wife, wife can also choose a husband. So means she had brought a kind of social change, struggle for the social change. She wanted to change the society structure, patriarchal structure of the society. And in this sense she was very much big critical of the bureaucratization of bureaucratic or hierarchy kind of thing. Ladder can be there, top person will have more power, less below person will have less power. So she wanted that the prominent critic of the bureaucratization, as we had seen that how she had mentioned the role of the Stalin, that how the dictatorship of Stalin was there during in the Soviet Union. Means we had seen that how so she was very much against those kind of dictatorship or the accumulation of power according to the rank, according to the strata, according to the ladder. So she had also against those kind of bureaucratic structure. Apart from that, she had mentioned that sex as a both social and historical relations. Means it means that equality also, she had raised the issue of equality in the society for the women. Also in terms of historically, that how the women were historically discriminated and negated and subjugated by the male. So she had given a red theory of the sexuality, that how this means we can bring equality for the women in the society, in the economy, in the polity. Means the that politically the decision making process should have to be participation of the women can also be. So, what was her red theory of sexuality? Means she has questioned few things in the society. What are those questions? What was those questions she raised during those period of time? The theory of sexuality is dominated by discourse and the desire. Means in terms of the male domination was there. Means the desire of the male was there. So she had questioned those kind of things during that period of time. Apart from that, sexuality as a separate from the class, he said that how there is a means class struggle there, rich versus poor. So same thing like that, there is a sexuality discrimination is there, sex male versus female is also kind of class structure is there. So she wanted to break this kind of class structure in the society. Along with this, she wanted to give the autonomy, question the autonomy of desire, especially for the male, not for the female. The male can choose a number of five, but it was not allowed to the female. So she had questioned those kind of things during that period of time. And in this while the time of describing this theory, she had highlighted the major materialistic understanding and prevailing during that period of time. She had mentioned that revolutionary commitment to the emancipation of women and the workers' struggle, that how they should have an equal participation of women should be there in the employment, in the working area. Means the women should not have to be only taken as to work inside home as a kind of housewife or internal work, but like the Rousseau had mentioned that women only work can do the work at inside the house. But she was very much against those kind of things. She said that the real equality can only possible when we can bring the women from inside the house to the public places and the workplace. Then we can change the structure of the society and also to the economy. So she had pointed out the radical re-understanding of the bourgeois notion of the sexuality and the love. She said that love desire, respect, all those things should have to be equally distributed between the male and the female. So in this regard, what was her main core principles were there while the time of describing and discussing the red love theory? She had given a rigorous analysis of historical varied form of love and the sexuality. What she has mentioned in terms of historical experiences, she said and she found that women were always subjugated by the male. The woman always treated the person who can do the work inside the house. So she had questioned that unequal treatment to the woman, not only in terms of the society, not only in terms of the individual husband versus wife, but also in terms of the economy. The women were not very big, means there was during that period of time the women were not the capitalists or they were not the industrialists. There was very less participation of the women were there at the workplace. So she had questioned those kind of historical event or historical kind of development. Along with this, she had said that collective in building the new society, shaping interpersonal relationship, it is very important that we should have to have equal participation of women should be there at the workplace to build a new society so that we can overcome from all forms of the discrimination. And it will not only to overcome from the discrimination, but it is a new way or new way towards the kind of development and to overcome from all kinds of crises in the society. And in this regard, she had mentioned that effective social change involve a dialectical interrelations of ideological struggle and economic change. Means without ideological struggle, means without the thought process, without changing the thought, without bringing or giving the economic opportunity, we can't able to change the structure of society, we can't able to change the structure of politics. So she had said these things are the core principle. In this regard, the sexual relation and the class struggle, she had mentioned that she has criticized the idea of proletariat sexual morality is no more than the superstructure. Means superstructure means the proletariat will not decide everything. They are not super binary person, means they are not going to deciding factor, and there is no place for any change in the sphere until the economic base of the society has been changed. So she has said that economy decide many important things, as if ideology of a certain class is formed only when the breakdown of socio-economic relationship guaranteeing the dominance of the class has been completed. All the experiences of history teaches us that group a social group work out its ideology and consequently its sexual morality in the process of struggle with hostile social forces. In this regard, we can say that the nature of the Alexandra Kollontai's philosophy was to carry a ideological struggle to change the thought not only for the women but also for the male and also for the society, and to bring the gender equality and to change the structure of social sexual relationship. She had also done the kind of struggle. Struggle means the revolution in the social as well as economic in terms of gender. In terms of love, the Alexandra Kollontai, she had argued that it is profoundly social emotion. Love is not the least private matter. Means the love between husband wife, the love between the family is not only concerned or related to two loving person, but it is an element of a collective. Means it represents the family makes a society, so it is an element of the society. So in this regard, she had said that bourgeoisie marriage in the capitalism is a prostitution. Means always means bourgeoisie society, the marriage is a kind of, means she has said that whenever the male dominance will be there, so they can go for the sex. So she had questioned those kind of issues during those days, and she has said that it has given a massive explanation of the global sex trafficking in the women and the children, the trade in the woman flesh. Kollontai pointed out it is not surprising when you consider that the whole bourgeoisie way of life is based on buying and the selling of women. So she had questioned those important things. Along with this, she had said that sale of women as a labor closely and separately connected with the sale of female body, means how the women were treated as a sex slave. So during those days, she had questioned also those kind of things. And apart from that, what she has said, that bourgeoisie society, the hierarchical society, we can say that patriarchal society also encourages the prostitution kind of profession by the structure of its exploitative economy. And along with this, she had also mentioned that capitalism continued to define the freedom, particularly freedom of civil society and free market, as a right to individual to sell themselves and those with the money, and to buy others, to buy and sell wage labor. But it never entails the buying and selling of people's sexuality, even their bodies. So she had said, she had criticized the bourgeoisie structure of the society, and she said that if you are going to build those kind of economic structure, it will also harm political social structure. So at the end, we can see that what is the evolution, what is the contribution of Alexandra Kollontai Red Love. She wanted to unwaver the materialistic analysis of love and sexuality. She wanted to change the materialistic understanding of this love and the sexuality. She said that they should have equality, they should not have a patriarchal structure, or it should not be driven by the economy. And she said that love is not a kind of commodity, and it is she had questioned the commodification and the exploitation of human relations that arises with the capitalism. She said that capitalism is most responsible for this exploitation and this kind of hierarchy nature of the society, and she had demonstrated it as an understanding of inseparable dialectical relations of sex, material relations of the production. And means in the end, what she had said, that the economic exploitation and commodification of the relations and the social division of labor force and the desire should have to be end up, if you want to bring the equality, if you want to bring the revolution in the society, if you want to establish a very equal equitable society, that is possible only when we can overcome from the social we can overcome from social discrimination, we can overcome from the desire or patriarchal structure of the society, we can provide the space to the woman in the economic space. So she had mentioned those things in her novel The Red Love. Okay, if you have any question, we can discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.